Alright, let's kick things off, everybody. Welcome. War of the Vision, some Esther testing live with me. This is going to be a quick half an hour, and the intent is really just to get a feel for things, showcase some synergies, some damage limits, things like that nature, and we'll see what's going to happen. So the arena map obviously is only one aspect of what defines these results. It's really just an opportunity to see how they work. So getting into things at the moment, I am forming my current party as to what I want to ideally run here for my Esther comp. I'm obviously not getting any of the bonuses because I'm not running Velis or any of the stuff I could, but I don't want to. I want to strictly focus on Lightning here. So again, these results aren't going to mean a whole lot because we're also confining our opponents to using the bonus units, which isn't always going to happen. So at the very least, it's really just get a feel for agility, AI, damage, output, things of that nature. And so for now, Lightning comp, I am kind of limited to, a certain handful of TMRs here where I do have Trust Stones equipped on them, but I can't go too nuts. I've only gotten 2 Espers resoed with Esther. At the moment, it's Odin and the Scorpion Sentinel here. So my goal with Odin, actually I need to double check this, is because it does have the accuracy nodes. As someone did point out, the Titan Esper is also a really good one for this, where he also has accuracy and spirit, which is 2 things that she definitely needs. But for now, let me just make sure. Yep, running accuracy. And I'm going full greed here on her. It looks like I'm running slash attack up and man-eater. I actually want to change that just a little bit. Rip my viz. I'm going to go accuracy, man-eater, and slash resistance here. And then, hey, what's going on, yours? Yeah, thanks for joining. This is, again, really just an opportunity to, see what it feels like. That's really what it is, because obviously, I was just mentioning a second ago, the map is a factor that's going to, understate or overstate her usability. I'm obviously not using the bonus units, whereas other people are, so this is going to be completely skewed as to the results. There's nothing conclusive here, but this is how you test. You just do stuff and eventually get a feel for it. Hey, what's up, Noctis? Getting things going further. Okay, so my current comp, there we go. So I finally have my Espers right. I'm going for kind of a hybrid version of Charlotte here, where hopefully a little blend of defense and spirit. I do want her speed jacked up, and I am doing well. Thank you very much. It's been a busy week, to say the least, but hope you all are doing good too. Excuse me, I'll just get my screens here. There we go. And yeah, so I am going to try to do some Keen Blade shenanigans here with Cloud. It's going to be a little difficult, and then I do have the exotic, what do you call it, scarf, the Pareo, for the shell and the AP regen on her, because my hope is, as we're seeing there's a lot of magic here, I'm trying to find a way to mitigate some of her magic weakness. As we saw, it gets as low as minus 23%. So for now, I am at least bringing it to the minus 15%. Hey, thanks, NG, or NJ, I'm sorry, NJD Nick. But yes, we're going to see what the damage actually comes out to. Speaking high level about the vision cards, speaking of damage, I am going with Esther's card maxed, absolute must-have for her, as well as the weapon for the slash resistance penetration. Lightning HP up, which is great. The unit resistance also helps, and I believe that the dual bonus at the moment is also, oh no, it's ice unit magic. I'm sorry, I think it's something else. But regardless, I'm also running the Scorpion Sentinel here on Charlotte for lightning unit attack up, as well as the crit hit rate, which I want for Esther. The slash resistance, obviously a nice bonus, but I also like this on Charlotte in particular because it does give her the area attack resistance of 10 as well. And then Cloud, I am running Scorpion Sentinel for no other reason than that's kind of what I always run on them, but there's definitely better options. But also running the Evasion thing here, or vision card, for the accuracy for Esther, as well as the slash attack up. So overall, this max HP unfortunately does not stack with the max HP of Esther's card. It takes the highest of the two, but that's okay. I'm not going to not equip one of them for the other. And then I'm running, dude, yeah, JC, I want a Roberta. I actually like Esther a lot. I used her a ton in the original FFBE. I just think she's early. I don't know how to say it. I thought Roberta would have been a more unique, interesting choice to put in here. And then I'm running Secrets to Heart for Cloud just for the improved accuracy overall. That's essentially what the 18% luck gets you here. I probably could put in Coral. That's another decent option there, just for a little extra agility and lightning attack. But regardless, for now, their agility's Cloud is second fastest here at 93. Charlotte is the slowest at 84. I actually think I might want to jack that up a little bit. And Esther's here at 100, which I want because my goal is I want her to use the TMR first, and then I want her to use her magnetic ability after. And so for Cloud, let me just make sure. Yeah, it's on Soldier. So as of right now, the slot 1 is the one that essentially sits halfway through the. Yeah, so the AI buffs are actually pretty difficult. Um, no, and I don't know if it'll, you know, impact our story much. Just the way I see it though is that now that Lightning has two legitimate damage dealers that have a ton of synergy, Celeste just is going to die a lot quicker, if that makes sense. That so long as Celeste isn't this powerhouse, I think Lightning will be able to cleave through her relatively easy. And quite honestly, we're going to see that here. Celeste is a bonus unit in a bunch of these, so uh, yeah. And yeah, I'll be honest. I actually don't think she's a must pull for like a handful of reasons. I do think Ibarra is like an absolute amazing third unit for this cast. So if you're thinking purely 3v3, like I don't really see the need for Esther yet, unless it's a super heavy physical damage meta, which, as many have pointed out, you know, Persona with the Dark Leela and the Dark kind of mini meta there. But the reason why I didn't really bring that up in my review a ton is because I honestly don't believe in the Dark meta. This is like the third JP meta in a row that we've gone by, and Elena has just like crushed every single one of them. So to me, like everyone keeps talking about, God, what's the Persona 5 protagonist? Joker and Dark Leela. But in my head, I'm like, I don't think they can beat Elena and Mono Light, so I'm really not factoring them in when I really probably should. And yeah, her damage compared to Cloud theoretically could be a lot higher. Their attack stats are pretty similar though. He is at 1423. I think she's around that same 1476, so she's a smidge higher. I think the big damage difference is that she has way more slash resistance penetration than he does, but we're going to find out. So for now, again, my theory is basically just getting into the. We've talked enough here. She's slot 1, so she's going to be lower on the staircase. She's the fastest. So I actually need to reverse that to make sure she is the furthest back because she's going to use her TMR buff first. So I need to make sure that. Do I want to do rarity? Sorry. I did a BlueStacks upgrade earlier, so my defaults are all different. Oh yeah, the limit break is 9 day. The limit break between the two of them you can't really compare because her imperil of 38% will just end up doing way more damage than his crit evasion down of 50. So I have no doubt that her limit break probably hits way harder than his, but I like his a lot for what she does for critical hit rates. Okay, I think I'm basically okay with this. We're gonna give this a test run in the meantime. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do a big tweak here in a second. Um, Screw it. You know what? We're actually gonna take on this Earth team just to see what it's like. Attack on Titanfall. So yeah, I am typically hovering around top 10. I have attempted 3 times to get number 1, and I've come close. I came in second and third both times. I am not going to chase number 1 anymore. Although it'd be really cool, the work that it takes, like wake up every single night, or at least most nights, to grind for it. And then overlapping that with some of the in-game events, the amount of tweaking you need to do, and like remembering the AI, it's honestly just not difficult, but like it's at the point where the work is not worth the reward for me, and I'm really around top 10 because I'm grinding for the Sage staff, getting the arena medals. So I'm getting pretty close, and I figure if I can stay in top 10, top 50, I'll get way more medals, obviously. But for now, we're gonna do a quick test here against. Oh, you actually got it! Well, congratulations! It's a dope title. I really wish I had the title, but yeah, it's way too much work. So let me just do a quick refresh here. This is obviously going to lose, like calling it right now. This is not optimized, and obviously it should lose too. It's Lightning versus Earth, but we'll have a little fun, see how well it actually does. So my goal, at least for now, is to get her to use that TMR and then double back on her teammates to kind of give that magnetic buff. And I'm not too worried about using bells here because Cloud, that's the big upside, is that the buff that he gives her allows for AP regeneration on critical hits, which she should be doing anyway. So she should get tons of AP from it. I need to switch her in Cloud. Noctis, I don't think that counts. I think you need the title for it to count. Let's speed this up just a little bit here. We're going 2 times. Oh, I'm actually okay with this, with Cloud doing that Keen Blade. There we go. So Charlotte should move forward here. Yeah, oh my god, it's so much damage. Oberyn can easily one-shot Charlotte in most cases. I'm actually surprised he didn't there. That's interesting that he did that. Okay. So that's fine. Charlotte's supposed to die there. That is not a surprise in the least. That's way more damage. Regardless, I really just want to get a general idea for damage. Like, that's a lot of damage against an Earth unit like that. So Cloud's Limit Break, it hits. It's got Courage. I'm obviously expecting to lose this. I'm really just testing the AI first. So her shield actually allows her to take some decent damage there. Yeah, she lives a long time. That's the one thing a lot of people have noted, particularly against Earth. She's just so bulky, and I kind of obviously mentioned that like 30 times in my review. Her survivability is incredible. I don't like this though. I'm actually going to turn off her TMR because I want her using her second ability that gives her the 30 accuracy and the resistances. Yeah, and Saint, exactly, great point there. Cloud has a ton of chaining potential with her that it's just going to magnify the damage exponentially. So for now, I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to swap her and Charlotte. Okay, and let's pick a more reasonable target this time. So, oh, we'll do Celeste here. Oh yeah, this is perfect. So I'm going to see how quickly they can essentially get through Celeste as a water unit. B, how much damage can they do to out damage Velus's healing, and then obviously Cloud's whatever. There's kind of a mirror matchup there. But again, my goal here is just to hopefully see how long Esther can stay up and how much damage she can do. I could honestly put Ibarra in here. I'm just trying to like nail down this comp first, and then I'll put Ibarra in. But honestly, I love Ibarra. I really do think she's like a fantastic unit. Not only is the variety of damage types that she can do missile, magic, and slash, but it scales off spirit. She's got a ton of survivability. Yeah. I mean, the thing with Celeste is that she gets protect, right? That's really the caveat. That regardless of the element difference. Oh god, I gotta change this in my settings. So Esther moves way up here. This is gonna give her the physical barrier and the AoE resistance. There's a Keen Blade from Cloud. I like this already. I might switch Cloud and Charlotte though. I don't like Cloud being that far up. Yeah, it's really getting through that protect is the big thing for her, and there's really not many units that can dispel that. I know Luartha EX can, and I think there's someone else who can recently, but I've forgotten unfortunately. No, yeah, Ibarra is two thumbs up. That's why I don't know if Esther's a must pull, because like Lightning is so good with the three of them already. Esther is just niche to certain kinds of meta. That's interesting. To Spellblade. Okay. This taking a little while, right? That's not a lot of damage. I like Ascension here though, because it's going to slaughter her critical evasion rate. So now she should just get crit hit by everything. Yeah, Saint. I do the same thing for Charlotte. I gotta double check what I have for the AI here. I typically do the attract wall, do the glorious armor, and then lightning strike only. Yeah, Celeste is taking this like a champ. Yo, what's up, Anton? Thanks a bunch, man. Thanks for joining. Appreciate the compliments. Yeah, this is I don't stream as often anymore. It's really just an idea to like do things live. I like the interaction. Quite honestly, it's the best way to learn too, where like as I'm doing things I get some feedback from the crowd. And interesting the way this fight's turning out. So yeah, so Celeste was an absolute champ there. I am curious to see her build, how much lightning resistance she has built in. I'm honestly not terribly surprised. Oh my god. It's not damage. If I had to guess, because I think she had the Ochu Esperon, if I saw that correctly. So I think she was specifically gearing for lightning resistance. And I can't remember who it was that suggested it. It might have been Kefka Janara on Reddit, where he had built a Celeste that had like 55% Earth resistance, something, or lightning resistance, something crazy. We'll look at it in a second. Yeah, so Esther does a ton of damage here. I'm a fan of that. All right, so let's very briefly look at that Celeste, because I think it's going to answer a lot of our questions. That Ochu Esper does give a significant amount of lightning resistance, and I would imagine she probably has something else that does too. Oh, not mine. Was it Phil we just took on? I think it was. So, oh, that's what it was. And then the Miranda card also gives lightning resistance too, doesn't it? So between the two of those, she is stacked for lightning resistance overall. So that's a big part of her survivability. Yeah, survivability. Yeah, Celeste is super hard taking light chaining. particularly against Elena. Like it's almost you almost can't build for it. Yeah, and slasher. So Velis does have a lot of opportunity for slash resistance. Um, Overall, and the party obviously gets that too. I'm intrigued. No, I want to pick something with a little more magic here, just to get an idea of Esther versus magic. This is a good one. So, does War of the Visions have bracketed PvP ladder? It is the It's the same global ladder. Yeah, it's the same. It's not bracketed. It's global. This list is the same for everybody in terms of arena. Um, so this comp in particular should be super interesting because this King Mod, a little bit of a hybrid here, AoE resistance. This should have defense on the Armin Esper. He's got unit resistance and some defense on the pod. Terra's going to be super interesting here to see how much damage she does against Esther. I'm actually going to switch things up here on Charlotte, though. I'm going to give her Death Machine instead. And I'm pretty happy with this at the moment. And just double check one of these. Yeah, fire can be scary, but like the thing with fire, and I just always say this not with a grain of salt, but like it depends on the level you're playing at because in your average gameplay against PvP, fire probably is pretty usable because not everyone's min-maxing. But like when you're pushing these characters to their limits, like Classic Glassy like should get and that cash should get like demolished by Earth if run properly. So um I'm actually like kind of envious of people that play in the average spectrum of the game where you can kind of just like enjoy the game more and not worry about min maxing stuff. I could have sworn, did I have too much put on it? No, it's okay. All right, either way, I'm gonna run this. We're gonna see how it goes. Um, it's really again just an idea to see Esther in particular versus someone like the missile magic of Cetia and the magic of Terra. I'm thinking she's gonna get blown out of the water by Terra, but Charlotte being a magic tank might win that ahead of time. Yeah. Um, and trust stones, if anyone's curious right now, I basically just have a bunch of luck and accuracy on them. I only have like 18 or 20 like trust stones fully built out, so I'm a little limited to what I had, and I obviously geared them toward evasion and like light specific evasion to start. So when applying these to my other characters, it's not ideal. In my review, I have a totally different trust stone set for her. She's really similar to Cloud, potentially, but Cloud's just different. That is just different buffs. The access to sharpshoot is and the guaranteed hit is a game changer. It's the same, but it's different. It's hard to describe. There's literally neither one better than the other. It depends on what you're seeing. Oh, interesting. She did courage there. Yeah, this sounds about right. This looks about right so far. So she did her first buff with the AoE and the physical shield. She also now has courage. Terra's got courage. Fangs of Leonis is an interesting ability there. Okay. Sentinel. I probably should have turned that off. I need to turn that off. I do not want that on. Yeah, the low range, that's definitely concerning, but she does have enough buffs that, like, and she lives long enough that even if she doesn't get into range quick enough, she does have the opportunity to use her buffs early on, and she's not going to die, like, getting to your team. So I can agree, the short range is definitely someone to look for, but I don't think it hurts her. Sentinel is essentially a one-turn buff where it increases your defense and spirit by 45. So it's pretty amazing, quite honestly. It just there's other things that are better than that. Yes, the Noctis, the Vision card is a definite, like, almost must pull for Lightning units. Uh, Interesting, because Lightning is overall a slash heavy cast of characters. So regardless of Esther having that slash resistance penetration on it and the unit resistance, like unit resistance is good for no matter for anything. Unit and area are the best. Wow, they're just. Let's see the damage she takes here. 8450. She lived. She lived through that from Terra. 8450. Good lord. No, well, Nick, yes, someone did bring this up to me earlier. Sentinel does get higher priority when you're in range of enemies, but theoretically depends how many abilities you have to activate. If you can't attack yet, it'll use it if you have no other buffs you need to apply. So I am going to take Sentinel off at this moment, but I actually like this. I actually like this ability. Just not here. Maybe on longer maps, but I want her to use her buff that gives her accuracy. What's it called? Storm Guardian? Yeah, I want her to use Storm Guardian here, and she didn't there. Sorry, Starry. What's not true? We're gonna. Who's like a target here to stress test against? Oh, well, look at Evasion. She's gonna get absolutely dominated by this. That's fine. That's the point of this. I want to see how many hits she can take. Yeah. Yeah, Esther is not even remotely close to being accurate. There is a time and place where you probably could be if you get like the right buff off in order, but way too niche. Like it's not even worth thinking too hard about. She needs a lot of help accuracy wise. No, Starry, it definitely activates. Like I've seen Engelbert use it when he's far away from the enemy. He won't if he's far away from the enemy and he has no more buffs that he has to use. He won't not buff and move forward. They'll still use it. As long as it's in the order of the uh, what do you have active. I mean, I could be wrong. I just have never seen that. I've never seen a unit run out of buffs and then move for and have Sentinel as an option and not and move forward and just do nothing and like literally do nothing and end the turn early. I just haven't seen that. So there's some characters that you could make accurate, and you can. She is extremely difficult to do so. There's some characters where you can recover. Ibarra is one of them. Renan, sort of. But like Esther, you really need her to use her like her 30 accuracy buff to come even remotely close. You can cover some of them, but you can't hit Elena and Locke when they're maxed to their evasion. It's just mathematically like super low. Because you can like we'll say there's like S tier evade units and like A and B tier evade units. Like to me, S tier evade is Elena and Locke, and the B tier evade is probably someone like I don't know, who's like I don't know, 2B, Lamega. Like there's a breakdown. Um, that yeah, Locke and Elena when they're fully geared out, like she's almost like too inaccurate to hit them. Water missile meta. No, I don't think missile is ever going to be truly strong. To be honest, I don't think missile meta will ever be a thing anymore. I think characters can do well with missile damage if you're not gearing for it. But too many barriers and too much like defense in this game that missile meta as we used to know it won't be a thing anymore. There's characters that who are going to do more damage because they have access to missile type attacks, but to call that a meta, I don't think so. Like it's pretty easy to gear against that. Wow, she took a lot of damage from that. Yeah, well, so and that's the thing. So when they you're talking stats here, right? Like she has a fair amount of slash resistance built in currently, I believe. And that's kind of the downside with Elena. She's probably got a ton of slash resistance penetration. I'll check that in a second here. But looking at Esther in particular, she should be in like the 60s, I think, for yeah, 62 slash resistance. Her spirit, I don't think was terribly high. What do I have for spirit on her? 19, yeah, 19's fair. Um, yeah. Yeah, no, no, and Starry Bagel for those who are reading about Sentinel, I don't. I know you're right. They will opt to use Sentinel when you're getting closer to enemies, and prioritize it over other buffs. What I mean to say is though, they will still use it if they have nothing else to use. Like no matter how far away they are from enemies. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So Charlotte and to what Saint's point is here, Charlotte's having a real tough time defending both against physical and magic type attacks. Worked real easily when it was Jade and Elena. With Locke, not so much there. But I'll be honest, I'm like fairly positive um, that yeah, Titus necklace is great. I have it on my Charlotte currently for the magic. Where's it going with this? And the trust stones are fairly they're not optimized. They're like kind of optimized. They're really not though. They're basically accuracy and luck, which it's I wouldn't put this on these characters normally. If I had my choice of trust stones, I would really have like the spirit trust stones here, and then probably her crit rate trust stones. So right now the trust stones are maxed. They're definitely like giving them improvements, but definitely not optimized for what I'd ideally like to run for a lightning team here. Yeah, and Nick, you bring up a good point. She's Sentinel before the accuracy buff. We can play more with this. Um, hey you, Starwolf, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, Starwolf? Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining the stream. See you from Discord to come here instead. Where's it going with this? Oh, we're talking about Locke and Elena with magic and physical attacks here. To me, I think that's why right now, if your tank does not have Protect and Shell, I don't want to say they're not viable, but it is really hard. Like you really need Protect and Shell to mitigate all kinds of damage and penetration. Like King Mont right now, I think is in like a super tough spot. Engelbert has definitely seen a drop off recently compared to where he was a couple weeks ago. What's the other element I'm missing? Fryevia, just can't hang with the same tanks. And again, we're talking at like the max level of stuff here. Water definitely does, in my opinion, not have a chance against light meta. I do not think so. Um, and I know Alstoria does have like the 100 hit and like the Courager move and the Re-Razor move. I just don't know if he can kill them fast enough. Like they're that good. Yeah, well, I think Light can still contend with it. I think Elena is that good. I really do. But back to Arena. I don't want to get too far off the topic. For now, what was I going to change in here? I was doing something and I got distracted. Oh well. If we're looking at the Elena, I wanted to see this too. So if I had to guess, she's probably using the slash resistance penetration. And yeah, say you're right. There's a bunch of what do you call it? Lightning resistance, and you can certainly build for that if you're anticipating mono light. But there's still like a obvious risk of doing so. That if you're going against a non-light team, he's going to be paper thin. Yeah, she had some resistance penetration. Nothing crazy. Interesting. Interesting. We'll give this a shot. This should hopefully demolish this team. Obviously water heavy. They got some light elements here. Yeah, this I should beat this team extremely handily. Oh yeah, insane. Like Mercy's Grace on King's Mont, like it's finicky though, because he'll it's on a delay. He'll prioritize it above stuff that you may not want him to. Sometimes he moves toward teammates for it. My point is that it's tough. It's not in every situation. Yeah, no, because that's the thing too. I'm not expecting to learn a ton from Arena. It's just kind of getting that feel for things, and that's honestly the best way to like analyze stuff too. Is just play a lot and see what you observe, and then learn from what you're observing, and you just kind of get a feel for things after a while. Uh, Speed this up. Esther is not good versus current Evasion Light. She's just not. She's just not good against it. Even if you gear for like the most accuracy possible, it's not going to be great. I'll do a math video on it, but like I'm just using her as a comparison of Renan. Even Renan had a trouble getting up to like 70 to 80% hit rate. I don't think she comes as close as he does. It's pretty bad. Immortal Spirit there. All right, all right. I'm pretty okay with this rotation, to be fair too. I think it's a pretty overall solid rotation. Like they're not going in too many circles. They're using the buffs that I want them to. If I had to guess, Cloud's probably going to demolish what's her name over here, Farm in a second. Funny. Oh, you know what it is? I don't have any range built into Cloud at the moment. I have him using his soldier sub job because what I was afraid of happening was him using sharpshoot too often and not leaning into the slash as often. No, Ibarra is actually more accurate than Esther is. Interesting amount of damage, but I will check that in a second. I'll look at that live for you guys. So this limit break should actually demolish them. Oh, not as... Thought it would do more. No, I mean, well, so Blades of Grass is kind of irrelevant here because I do have the Aegon card on, so I'm getting accuracy from that instead. Well, and to the point of like being reluctant to give lightning units accuracy and guaranteed hit, this is why I'm like so down on fire at the moment. Is that most cast of characters have like a, a persona when you think about them, things that they're generally strong at, things they're generally weak at. Like to me, lightning has some hyper accurate units in Cloud and Frederica, but they're known to be like extremely high octane, but they just suffer accuracy wise. And I think that's a good trade off. Like every element needs a strength and a weakness. Actually, and Saeed brings up a good point here. So, in terms of slash resistance penetration, Cloud actually does have some upside here because he does have his passive, but you can also put her sword on him, which will vastly increase his slash resistance penetration. So, I know he's running it. Was it X Soldier? That's defense piercing. No, I can't. I don't know where it is on him. That's okay. All right. See you, Aaron. Thanks for joining, man. Yes, the Aegon card here is plus 15 accuracy as well that you're seeing. So let me very briefly bring up my oops, had it there. We're gonna look at accuracy levels here for a second. So, accuracy. That's Esther. There's Ibarra. Here's Ibarra. Oh, she is 5 percentage points higher than Renan. Interesting. Oh, you know what it is? No, why did I get that confused? All right, so I was incorrect. She's actually 5 percentage points more accurate than Renan, and that's actually very interesting. So she actually can hit light units better than I thought she could, but it requires the Alexandrite ring. You have to. There's no way around that. So I'm kind of catching up on chat here for a moment. Oh, that's what it is. The slash resistance debuff we're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Getting back to the accuracy though. So actually, I will let's experiment a little bit here, and then I'll end up ending the stream relatively soon. We're gonna go for hyper accurate build Esther, and we're going to go target that monolight team again. So. Yeah, but the dexterity is good for a crit rate, but dexterity caps out for how much accuracy it gives her. And that chart is not viewable anywhere. That is totally mine 100%. I have had intentions on putting that online. The problem is just the number one, I hate the online Excel, like Google Sheets. I hate it compared to regular Excel. But number two, there might be some inaccuracies in there that I need to like clean it up first before I put it publicly. But I do have intentions on doing so. So yes. Yeah, the dexterity I'm not too worried about with her. So accuracy wise, I currently have her maxed for accuracy at the moment. And when I say maxed, I have Odin tuned for accuracy. I do DJ Nick or NJ. I'm just gonna call you Nick, dude. I'm so sorry. The TMR runes. She should have the accuracy set. Yeah. So she's got luck 15%, accuracy up 15. So both of these are maxing her potential accuracy. Odin is built for accuracy. The Secrets of the Heart card on the sub for Cloudier is also giving her accuracy. Aegon is also 15 accuracy as well. If I had to pick Esther, Joker, or Astrius. Honestly, it depends on what you have already in terms of Esther, Joker, or Astrius. I do think Joker and Astrius are proven and probably more reliable. But it depends on what you have. If you have Celeste, go for Astrius. If you have, yeah, I'm going to be building everything though. I always build every character. So if you guys have questions on them, I'd be happy to. Yeah, and so I'm going to try to make sure she uses her accuracy buff as well, which means I'm going to have to pick one to probably disable here, and I'm probably going to disable Courage, believe it or not. I know that sounds weird, but like I kind of have to. So I'm going to take that off here for the moment. And we are going to chase. So yeah, this team is not max evade, it's close to it. If their unit had different cards, they would technically be max evade. But they're pretty damn close. That's pretty damn close. We're going to go for that. Honestly, Joker and Lila slash comps, I don't have a strong opinion because I don't think they're going to compete with Elena. My gut, I've seen too many things that I thought were like, oh, this is going to beat Light, and like it doesn't. They'll probably be competitive, so they're probably going to be really good. I actually do have high hopes for them, but I wouldn't expect them to be like crazy, but they're probably going to have an impact. Yeah, Saint, someone brought this up too, going for the Thief sub job for the sneak attack. Screw it, we'll test it after this. I'll swap off Paladin, and because I have nothing enabled there at the moment, I'll put on the Thief sub job. I know Kefka Jannar mentioned that. Me personally, I don't think there's a strong opportunity to get value out of that, unless it's tankless evade, which this is. So there actually might be a chance to use it here. All right, 67%, Josh. That sounds about right, to be honest, if I'm guessing, provided neither of them use a buff. And yes, in terms of dethroning Elena, to me, I think the biggest thing they need to do here, they need to make a vision card that just like reduces the amount of damage you take from chain hits. I think that's like one of the only things you could maybe potentially do to mitigate it. I personally wanted that on a fire vision card. I thought that'd be like dope as hell to have, yeah, reduced damage if it's a chain. The AI actually would try to get behind their Abyss Walker because the ability itself too guarantees critical hit from behind, and since the AI would typically try to max the damage output, they probably will go behind them to actually land the attack. So I kind of got distracted here. I don't think Esther has used that buff yet. Um, Hopefully. Oh, it hit him. All right, but again, the oh, okay, all right. Debuff resistance up 30%. I actually don't like Cloud on that. I'm actually like sad I took off the sharpshoot on him. She did use the accuracy buff. Thank you. Okay, so we're sitting pretty. So she actually should have a relatively good chance to hit them all here. Then goodbye, Yuna. All right, that's a critical hit. We'll take it. Re-raise, no big deal. That's so much damage. Yeah, Yuna, goodbye. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing why I'm not a fan of tankless evade in 3v3. I don't think it's viable unless you like catch people off guard. I think you need a tank. Otherwise, it just gets too chaotic that they can pick and choose their targets. God damn. All right, so 8,500 to Elena there. Critical hit. Because to me, the big problem here, and you'll see it in a second, if you had Engelbert instead of Yuna here, this fight would be dramatically different. They'd be focused on him. He obviously has a ton of defense and slash resistance, so it's going to take them what 5 turns to kill Engelbert, and he's got courage. He can reuse it too. So this looks really cool, looks really great. But like that to me, Engelbert has always been the hurdle in Mono Light. He's not the carry, but unless you have a strong magic user to take Engelbert out relatively quickly, you're going to struggle. It's why I actually prefer Ibarra over Esther if you're going against the typical Mono Light, because Ibarra can at least like blow him out of the water with magic attacks, and she'll kill him much faster than Esther would, in my opinion. But oh no, always build for accuracy gear. Always like it's to me, and I'm not a genius in thinking this. We've been saying this since day one on Reddit and everyone that's done analysis. Even if you do less damage, it's better than missing a target. Like if you miss a target, you do 0 damage. So it's better to hedge your bets and at least do like relatively good damage and make sure you can ensure the hit, as opposed to like trying to max your damage but not being able to do it at all. So yeah, I want to see how hard she can go through Engelbert here. I'll see if I can find one. And I was gonna make a tweak here. You guys reminded me of it. I can't remember what it was. What were we going to do here? I can't remember. That's gonna kill me. Let's find an Engelbert if possible. I doubt there'll be one up here, but oh, Thief Sub, thank you. Oh, Saint, you're a saint, dude. No, it was. I want to put on Thief here to see if I don't doubt she can use it. I'm doubting whether she has the mobility to actually like run circles and keep up with Elena and Locke. And it is a height 1 ability, so and obviously directly next to them. So that's why I've been not. It obviously can work. It just I don't think it's reliable because it's height 1 immediately adjacent and has to be behind. Like that seems too many conditions for me to be reliable as an anti-evade attack. But obviously when it hits, it's gonna like insta kill whatever you're doing. Oh, I don't have her limit break maxed. Oh my god, hold on guys, this is gonna change everything. Sneak attack we're maxing. And we are going to max this. Yeah. See you later. Can't believe did not max that already. Okay. I really like Esther so far, but again, super limited testing. The arena is a super small map. People are using bonus units here where I'm not, so I have an inherent advantage to them that I'm not being confined to the arena. But again, we're really just feeling out like survivability, turn order, damage, agility, things of that nature. So now that we've tweaked a little bit, and we have geared for accuracy, I actually am going to attack this Earth team again, and I actually am going to gear my Charlotte for it because I just want I want to see how it does. I'm going to swap this for this, and I'm going to change the nodes on my golem. So I am going to go defense and pierce resistance here. Goodbye, Vizier. Oh, nope, definitely not that one. Pierce resistance. Yeah, that's definitely York's. Why she didn't hit harder? That was not maxed. It should be maxed. That's a limit break that like you want to have maxed because, and I've always said this. To me, limit breaks that have utility for your team are like inherently super valuable because everyone gets to benefit from them. If you have a character that you use super consistently, sure, max your limit break. I do it for a handful of units, but if you really have to pick, I'm going crit evasion here. All right, this is like perfect to take on Oberyn. Let's go back to that. Dude, Oberyn can easily one-shot Charlotte all day if not geared properly for it. She's just not meant to take it on, which is fine. That's how it should be. So right now, my Charlotte should be super emphasized for defense more than usual, and pierce resistance. I'll take it. Could be better, but that's fine. I'm good with this. I'm good with this. We're taking on that Earth team. You know what? So talking about sharpshoot to Cloud, the reason why I'm like on and off on this is I want him to prioritize. Oh, you know what? I did not want these off. I want him buffing instead of sharpshooting early. This map is small enough that you can bait him into sharpshoot pretty easily. I don't want that to happen. I want him to use the extra buff for the AP up. I want him to be able to use Punisher mode if applicable. So that's the reason why I have it disabled at the moment, but I probably should turn one of these on. I want this on. I'm pretty okay with this. Luciano, no, we are going against Earth. Yeah, that's the whole point of this. It's to get an idea of what it looks like, and we're gonna go with it because you'll just never know if you don't. Again, perfect world, Earth obliterates this team. They probably are. That being said, Esther's strength is against high physical attack teams, which Earth is primarily known for. They do not have strong magic users. Luel and Kilf are good. They're not great. Yeah. And Nick, yeah, Celeste is tough. Celeste is one of those tanks that like optimally requires two buffs, not including the TMR. Like she definitely wants to use Protect and Shell, and she definitely wants to use your unit resistance up ability. So if you get a map that's too short, she will struggle, but I like this. This is interesting. So now Esther should use her buff that gives her all these resistances. Yep. And she's got a physical shield. So Esther should like dominate this Earth comp. I can't say the same for Charlotte, obviously. And this will lower his crit rate or crit evasion. Interesting. Oh, it's gonna hurt a lot. Oh yeah, goodbye Cloud. Charlotte took that like a champ though. So now I want to see how Esther does. This is really what it's for. Obviously, they're going to dominate Cloud and Charlotte, but damage-wise, that's a lot of damage against the Earth unit. Look, oh my god, she barely took anything from Oberyn there. Yeah, I'm a fan of this. Obviously, Earth is still going to beat Lightning overall. Dude, but like tickling her. Interesting buff there. Is he going to heal them? Yup. Re-raise. Oh, that chain. That chain is going to because it kills her barrier, kills her stuff. But as you can see, Esther like A+ against that, like really really good. She's obviously not meant to beat Earth. She shouldn't. Um, but that's like a really good sign that she can do that well against her elemental weakness. So we'll do just a couple extra ones here. This is obviously running over from what I expected, but this is going exactly how I wanted it to. Really just throwing them against the wall, against a bunch of different comps. So far we've done Mono Earth, we've done Evasion Light, we've done a little bit of the Fire. No, I think Zazan, I don't remember what that 3.5k was. And yes, Velas is absolutely amazing. He's seriously sneaky, scary, good. VIP right now and the number one in the guild. They've been weaving him in and out of their macro, and like he's just absolutely kills it. I have him built too. I like him a lot. But yeah. Oh yeah, I don't doubt that Ibarra has a better odd versus Earth than Cloud. No doubt. If we sat here right now, I have no doubt in my mind we could build a Lightning comp that would beat that one Earth comp. But that's not the point of this. So element wise, I think that's basically all I've seen. I haven't seen any. Oh, here's wind. Yeah. All right. Oh, this is actually a really good one because you have a super high physical defensive tank in Joom. You have a magic user who Esther is weak against, obviously Velas as well. And we're gonna see how this one works out. So I'm actually gonna go back to my my default Charlotte build here. Oh no, actually, you know what? I didn't change that much. She's getting the Tidus necklace. And this is a non-evasion comp, so I'm actually going to go back to the Prompto wristband here for her. Oh, Starwolf, thank you for reminding me of that. Let's do this first. For those of you that can't see this, we did want to experiment with Thief, what do you call it? Sneak attack against Evade to see if how much she would optimize it. So we're gonna give that a shot. And actually, I'll do two tests on that. What I'm gonna do is test number one, hyper accurate Esther to see if she uses it, and then test number B, no accuracy Esther to see if she uses it, just to see if the accuracy rates. Because a lot of times there's like a minimum that if an accuracy rate's like 60% or so, they'll still use the attack even though they have a guaranteed hit. So if you actually make your hit rates too high, they won't use that guaranteed attack if they have the opportunity. It's only when you have it below a certain number. I did win versus Light Evade actually, but it's tankless Light Evade. That needs to be said. Everyone, tankless Evade is so 2020. The game's just not tuned for it anymore. It's extremely hard to make tankless Evade work. It's not the way the game is designed anymore with the amount of accuracy and evasion. So, yeah, that evasion comp that I took on. The biggest thing against that is because you number one allow your evade units to be hit by too many sources of guaranteed hit, but then number two, the chaos of it where you can't focus people's attacks. Almost anyone can get picked off at any time. So for those who were watching, Yuna was just a sitting duck because there's no aggro to take damage away from Yuna. So they just ganged up on her and killed her. And then what was the other part of that? Oh, dictating enemy movement. That's the most important thing about tanks. It's not even the damage. It's that the enemy will move in predictable ways based upon where you're generating hate from. So at this state in the game, you need to be able to dictate enemy movement. If you can't, you're gonna have a bad time. So tankless evade, yeah, not great. So here's the limit break. Joom actually did pretty well on that. And Esther, despite being weak to magic, actually did better against that than I thought. That's kind of the benefit of her health pool, that she took 5,700 damage and she's still at like 35% health. That's kind of nuts. Oh yeah, just smoked. So this Joom really strong. And again, I'm built for slash resistance penetration. I have defense penetration on here. Just can't get through it. Now again, props to Velas as well. The healing is a big part of that. But good to know. Most tanks would go down quicker than Joom did there. Yeah. Big thumbs up to Joom for doing that. And honestly, I think even if Velas was subbed out, if you had Halloween Leela, I think it ends the same way. I think it's the same thing, basically. No, so yeah, Starwolf, my Esther, she does have that one ability that's under 22 AP. Do I have it off? No, I have it on. She must. I don't know why she didn't use that. All right. Well, so and the AP intensiveness. Yeah, Cloud is a big reason. Yeah, he died way too soon, quite honestly. But Cloud's ability to generate AP upon critical hit is what I'm really relying on for the AP management. And in other circumstances, if this map was longer, I would have this TMR enabled on Esther because this gives her a ton of AP as well. So for now, we're gonna go back, and this is gonna be the last test, and I'll probably call it relatively soon after that. We're gonna go fight that light evasion team again, and now that I have the thief job on, we're gonna see if oh did they no there it is. We're gonna see if she uses the thief ability here, being geared for super high accuracy, and then we're gonna do a test. I'm gonna take off the Alexandrite ring and see if that changes the priorities. So let's watch for that to see. And honestly, I might end up turning courage back. Oh no, you can't do that. You can't do courage and thief. Yes, I did max a sneak attack to 20. I did take a break to do that. Dude, Roberta testing, it's great. She's not usable. Oh, and yeah, so I did take a break to level it. Yeah, the modifier is stupid high on sneak attack, 210% and guaranteed critical hit. You know, when you have crit damage up as well, which you want to gear them for, like it should demolish a ton of people. So don't mind me. I'm just gonna like hone in on this battle for a moment. I'll get back to the chat in a second here. So that's her accuracy up ability. Sorry, I'm seeing out of the corner of my eye. Eileen is the worst character in the game. Yeah, no one should use her. Like, disgustingly bad. You know me. I don't like talk a lot of crap about characters either. She is like unsalvageable. Um, Yada yada. Nimble movements. All right. So this hopefully hits. Yeah, and that's a non-critical hit, and that should be expected. To me, that's one of the reasons why you do want to like max the crit rate, is because high luck units will crit avoidance rate is scales off your luck. So essentially the formula is, you know, crit rate minus crit avoidance gives you the actual crit rate. So against super high evade units who have a ton of luck, means the crit avoidance rate is also going to be super high. So in order to like consistently hit critical hits, you actually do want to jack up the dexterity. And you guys are seeing right now why I don't like tankless evade, because all of a sudden they decided to gang up on Yuna and she's gone. So Esther is yet to be in a position to attack from behind. Might have the opportunity here. Oh, so if you look at Locke and Elena right now, neither of them can be sneak attacked because you cannot get directly behind them. Almost killed her. That didn't even proc the courage. Almost got her. Braver. See you later. Regardless, though, that you still run into that where the hate gets juggled around. Wow. All right, so she did not use. All right, so still ends up winning. I think someone just mentioned that she's not getting Cloud's AP generating buff, which is an issue. She needs to. But regardless, the point of that was to see if she uses sneak attack. She doesn't. And so I'm going to switch things up a little bit here. And I'm going to take some accuracy off, because I want to see if her being lower accuracy will incentivize the guaranteed hit, which is possible. And I'm trying to think of a way that Cloud will. I think Locke is baiting Cloud too early in attacking, or Esther in attacking. It's okay. We'll go against it. No, my Charlotte has limit. Oh, Charlotte might have limit break off. I have it on for Guild Wars, but I don't know if I. No, I have it off. Okay. Actually, I'm going to turn it on. That's actually one of my favorite abilities on her. I think it's amazing. Uh, no, Veln is. Someone asked a question about Veln versus Eileen. So number one, Veln is definitely better than Eileen. But number two, I actually don't like Veln at all. To me, she just seems like a worse version of 9S. Like I don't know a situation where you would use her instead of 9S unless you didn't have him. No, but Starwolf, even the bookshelf, the way that lock was turned, you, even if she gets up on the bookshelf, she like he wasn't facing a direction where she could stand behind him. Yeah, Akaku has a good point. Bulkier Arin, honestly, it kind of is. It really is that same idea. Now, Arin's obviously kind of like power crept at this point, but the idea is kind of similar. She's just a super bulky slash unit that's hard to take down and just does a lot of damage straight up. So I am curious though why she's not getting Cloud's buff here. I That is actually something that I was banking on her getting. So she uses Magnetic Force first. Hey, what's up, Zen? Unfortunately, a little bit late here. I am ending the stream relatively soon. I've been on for about an hour now, but I'll at least go for a little while longer. This is going really well. So we're getting re-raise here on Elena. Yeah, Saint, I agree. Cloud's move +1 is hurting him here. I will tweak that in just a second. I don't remember Locke doing that last battle. Lightning Thancred. You know, it kind of is, actually. It is kind of like Thancred. Low magic resistance, super bulky unit, does a lot of slash damage. I like the Thancred comparison. I actually like that Thancred comparison more than the Arin comparison. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's gonna just, yeah, 9600. But Yuna should get. Oh no, Yuna could not use re-raise here. Interesting. This is totally different. So we are fortunate though. Esther is in a place where she can get behind a unit and use sneak attack, I believe. Provided we don't kill them all first. So she didn't have any AP. Oh no. That was our chance. That was our chance to see if she used sneak attack. God damn it. Is there courage? Okay, hold on. We might still have a chance at this. Will Esther get behind her to use sneak attack? She did not. Interesting. Esther did not use her TMR. I have it set to off. That's super interesting, though. She did not get behind Elena to sneak attack. Very interesting. Oh, no jump. I see what you mean. Yeah, because it's a height of 2. Shit. Okay, again, proving my point why I don't like sneak attack. Charlotte's right side is aim at the moment. Yes. Yeah, yeah. And it's a range height issue. So she couldn't get down to the floor below Elena. But again, to my point, that's why I don't like it as a reliable way to hit evasion units. There's too many things you need to work in order to make it happen. It's not a bad thing, and don't get me wrong. If you have no use for the paladin sub job, go ahead and put it on. It can't hurt, but I wouldn't like bank on it. Trying to think of other way I can probably test it. Okay, Haku brings up a good point. She should have more jump being a bunny. That's she got gypped on that. And what did we mention about tweaking this? Taking Cloud's movement off, right? Yeah, we're taking that off. We're going Nightblade Mastery instead. Yep. Let's do one other quick thing here. So Starwolf, technically sneak attack is height 1, so they're okay if they're 1 height up, which is fine. It's not a height 0 attack. Oh, here's Alistair. Are they? It's the same thing. It's what is this comp? What is this piece of? Do they have the JP producers jacket on? I'm not fighting this. um. Oh, flat map with Jaden. Are we talking about Esther? I'm actually not so sure he would, depending on her missile resistance. He had hurt a lot, but I don't know if it would destroy her. Not like other DPS. Looking for other tests. There's not a lot of light up here. Oh yeah, so honestly the jacket does have good stats. 10 defense, 10 spirit, but for an evade unit, I don't see any other light options here, though, unfortunately. So this test might have run its course in terms of what we're trying to do. We'll take on that light comp one more time with the hopes that changing Cloud's movement um, changes the battle. We'll see. Yeah, no, regardless of the stats, the producer's jacket, if you're running an evade comp, you wouldn't run that, like, no matter what. It just, there's not enough accuracy otherwise to, like, be considered an evade comp. That being said, if you're running non-evasion on Elena, it's definitely a good one. Wait for buff to JP. I would be shocked if JP up ever became power in the future. Who knows though? Crazy things have happened, at least in FFBE. Alright, let's see this. So, same rotation. Cloud will hopefully stay back an extra turn here, though. And that's good, because hopefully that means he'll kill things less quickly, which means Esther will have more of an opportunity to do sneak attack. Are you kidding? You kidding? You're gonna blue balls this, like, oh my god. Sorry guys, we're just gonna have to go back in and try it again. Filling in some time here. So I actually will probably do my Guild War attack here as well, also, believe it or not. Ready player. Sorry, one second. I'm looking at my Guild War here. Yeah, I'll do my Guild War attack live. Test our lightning. So we are currently taking on PKN. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do Guild War live for you guys. We're gonna have some fun with this. In terms of class match and Guild War not having cost restrictions, I actually don't have a good reason why. I really don't know. We're in limited Guild War right now. There's nothing limited about it other than changing up the ladder and like who your opponents are. But yeah. All right, I got a legit question here from yours. Max Esper, Vision card, Bar's Vision card. Honestly, I am the worst person to possibly ask on saving Visior for units because I personally don't do it. There's a lot of other Nerd Knight is absolutely fantastic in that regard. He's like probably my favorite in terms of managing a Visior, and I know a lot of really great things. I cannot tell you how to manage your Viz though. I am the worst person to possibly ask because I spend it like crazy. I obviously put money into the game. I don't budget like other characters or other players should. So yeah, take that question to Nerd Knight for sure. All right, so let's go find this evade comp again. All right, thanks JC. Thanks for popping by, man. Hopefully this is good. Uh, and Akaku's right too. I think the cost restrictions that have been lifted are simply to entice the use of the Crystal Warriors and the global exclusive units, which I'm fine with. I'm okay with cost restrictions. I actually tend to prefer them when they take abilities away and stuff like that because cost is relative and unique to elements, but like abilities are really what make certain metas broken, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Esther and Cloud, like you need to have some combination of them. I will say though, Ibarra and Esther are also good though. I just Esther doesn't fill a need that we have at the moment though. She's not a bad unit. It's just I think you can get by without her. Speaking quite frankly, and the fact that they will rerun her in the future on the global banners. Now, don't get me wrong, the drop rates are not great, and it's probably more expensive to do it at a later date. But the fact that you can get her later, I think is an important thing. If she was limited to right now only, might change the way I think about it. But I don't think there's a strong incentive to pull her at the moment. So hold on a second. We were doing this to see if Cloud circles back, and I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna move forward on Lock here to attack him. That's unfortunate. Aster Limit Break. We're getting no idea of damage here. She's hitting him really, really consistently. Yeah, I'm actually changing my tune on that. I did not realize she was 5 percentage points higher than Renan. Oh, that's a good TMR to use on him. All right, thanks, Akaku. Appreciate it, man. Take care. Yes, yeah, yeah. The bingo board hopefully returns. That sword is a must. You must have her sword. Goodbye, Yuna. No, Nerd Knight doesn't understand top meta, but he understands like Visior. And speaking for the average user, I think he's got some great advice on who to skip and who to save and how to manage Viz. That's really not my specialty because I know he like tracks it too, how much you get. Like I couldn't even tell you how much Viz we get from logging in every day. I like literally don't know. Interesting. Yeah, see, still no sneak attack. The condition isn't right for it, and he's dead. Yeah, all right. So I think until we get a new map, I'm like pretty okay with sneak attack being not that impactful. Congrats on Charlotte 99 to 1. Charlotte's like one of the best tanks for numerous reasons. All right, and now I'm going to. I actually am going to stop there for the arena stuff because we have looked at a variety of elements, and obviously this map is only it's limiting for a little bit, and I don't want to take too much of the stream's time changing my comp around to try to like optimize the attack. That's not the point of this. It's to really just get a feel for some of what Esther does. Um, and for lightning teams, I do not think there will be any one best lightning team because I think it obviously depends on who you're facing. That's my de facto answer for anything. Your team is only as good as the team you're facing. So if you are going against, let's say, Engelbert, Jaden, Elena, I think this comp struggles against Engelbert, Jaden, Elena. I think it struggles. If you're going against tankless mono light and block Yuna, Elena, you've seen it can be just fine. The lack of a definitive magic user on this team is a huge weakness and something that needs to be thought of. That's one of the reasons why I love Ibarra, is because she has a variety of attack types, missile slash magic, and it scales off her magic stat. So to me, like that's a much more balanced comp. This one is way too slash heavy. Now, yes, they have a lot of slash resistance penetration. Yes, they have a fair amount of defense penetration and slash attack up. But like being that confined to one attack type, even if Cloud had missile type on, wouldn't make a big dent. So yeah, um, yeah. All right, cool. So I'm gonna halt right there. I am going to do my Guild War for you guys live. So we are currently taking on, or let me take a back up for a second here. I'm part of Lucavi. We are a top 5 guild. We've been number 2 for like the past month and a half, 2 months, but have recently fallen to I think we're number 4 prior to the limited guild. So we it's very tight at the moment though. Today we're facing Pokenoobs, who's another top 10 guild. This is actually a sister guild of ours. We just recently had a we have a Discord server, right? And we have some sister guilds that we bring into the server and we collaborate on events and stuff. I will try to find a link for you guys and I'll post it in the description of this or some other video. Definitely recommend joining the Lucavi server. That's our guild war because I do have a subsection in there where it's my own Discord section that you guys can come chat with me live. Lots of people already do it. You can definitely find the Lucavi server. And Pokenoobs is currently in there as well, and hopefully is a great thing for our guild where we'll be able to collaborate more, and if we like lose members that we can quickly sub in people here and there. So there's a lot of benefits to doing that. As for why I didn't try with Ibarra instead of Cloud, literally just because I wanted to look at Esther more specifically. It wasn't about finding the best lightning comp. It was really just getting a feel for Esther, her hit rates, what her normal damage looked like, what her AI did, her agility and turn rotation compared to some other elements, how much damage she take from terror, stuff like that. So yeah, it wasn't really about maximizing my lightning comp. It was really more just like looking at Esther in real time. So yeah, so actually, let me ask my guild here. That's how not tech savvy I am that I don't know even how to share my server. How do you do this? Hey, Discord fans, how do you get the link to a Discord server? How do you share this? Edit server profile? No. Right click on your server icon, create link. I don't see it. I got mark as red, invite people, mute server. Can I? Yeah, screw it. You guys can see my server. Should have an invite. All right, so you guys can hopefully see my Discord screen at the moment. Where here on the server left side, there's 3 dots. Is this it? Oh, here we go. Invite people. Hey, there we go. Bam. Guys in chat, that is the Lukavi server. I do have a... It's not built out. It's like super duper bare bones, but there's a role there for a Ready Player Will section, and I do have people come in here and talk to me about general chat questions and videos. I probably will build out my own Discord server eventually, but take this for now, baby steps. And so yeah, so for the Guild War, limited Guild War, we're against Pokenoobs. My current attack team is kind of an interesting one. I think you'll all appreciate this. I am running Noctis, Celeste, and Oberyn here. So the intent being, you know, hyper accuracy to some degree, utilizing some of the Pierce attack here that Noctis and Oberyn share. Celeste will obviously do well against Jaden and, you know, Mono Light in particular too, because the Demon Wall, where the light resistance and slash attack resistance. And so I'm going to target a Mono Light Jaden team. So I think there's a fair amount of them. Give me just a moment here. We'll sort by magic. We do have a scouting report that we used to kind of get an idea. Oh yeah, I'm going for this. I am... Hold on a second. Caught dims. Sorry that I can't multitask this. This is super important for me to focus on. Because if I stump in front of a live audience, my guild will never let me live that. You'll never let me live that down. Are you kidding? So again, we saw we had. I'm looking for a Jaden team number 1. I am looking for Mono Light number 2. It's really just a question on whether or not I want one with Locke or whether I want it with Yuna. And I think I'm gonna go for the Yuna one. Yeah, we're going for Caught. Hold on. So, here we go. We're attacking Caught. They are... Oh my god. Thank god it crashed right there and not when I was live streaming. Are you kidding me? That would have been the biggest blue balls of the world. Okay. Now we're going to sit up here. I do have P64. So I actually, just today, I went to BlueStacks 5. I'm using the Pi, whatever, and it's 64-bit. So that is... I am up to date running the closest thing. If anything, it's probably my computer just being overloaded. My computer's got some issues recently with RAM and active memory. I didn't build it for memory when I should have. I built it for graphics and stuff. So, 10 minutes later, here we go getting to the Guild War. And as mentioned, we're going after Caught, who is supposedly a Jaden, Yuna, Elena team. So tankless evade, my favorite. That seems to be easy pickings usually. And you'll kind of see why firsthand here, where against someone like Oberyn, you know, the fact that you can't dictate where he decides to attack and he can just attack anybody means he'll probably one-shot whoever he comes across. And the same for Noctis. Noctis also has that guaranteed hit. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. My rank in TOR, my total high score, I'll show you in a second. I still need to do my high score for hard 3 and hard 4, so it's not maxed yet, but I think I'm like number 10 on the boss battle. We've done a really good job collaborating. It's not all my ideas. I've done very little, and some of it. But dude, Zen, wait. There's a story behind this little Lukavi server with the half-naked girl. So hold on. Lukavi, those of you that know, is the term from Final Fantasy Tactics for the demons, and that picture of the girl is actually Ultima, who is the final demon, the leader of Lukavi. Here's the problem: there's no like good artwork of her. Like, it just doesn't exist. Final Fantasy Tactics Ultima, like, there isn't a lot of good artwork of her in particular. So I had to pick one that at least was like a large enough resolution that, yes, it's a little bit on the lewd side. And I actually made that myself. So if you have a problem with it, you can criticize me for that. I literally made that wallpaper for the server. I made the icon too for it, the animation. That's great. I have done quick pick matches this morning. I have, yes. So unfortunately, I went 4-1, and I ranked up to gold. I'm super low. I didn't put a lot of time into it, but yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit here. We're going 2 times instead of 1.5. Point warp. I love that ability. I just he uses it too much sometimes. You know, the Ultima from 12 though isn't Lucavi though. Lucavi is specifically Final Fantasy Tactics. It's not. Yeah, I don't think it. People wouldn't know it as the same. They wouldn't associate Ultima from 12 with the Lucavi Demons of Tactics. I know it's the same names and stuff, but oh Lord Nika, you just missed it. I was doing Esther for the past hour. This should be uploaded after if you want to see it. So Oberyn getting range. He has Alexandrite ring on, so hopefully this just breaks her neck. Oh, so close. Magic Blast doesn't do any damage. I'm cool with that. I know it's different timelines, but like no one really knows it. They're not going to associate it mentally. Come on, kill her before. Oh, son of a bitch. You know what it is? My Celeste has 30 faith at the moment for Trials of Reckoning, so she's not going to do any damage here in the battle. And sorry guys, I actually play with sound effects off for the most part. I not that I don't like the sound effects and stuff, but sometimes it's just a little too like overwhelming. I probably should have turned it on for the stream, but then you'd be like competing with my voice and the sound effects and stuff. So, God, this is not looking good. Oh, what? How do you not kill Jaden with that? All right, okay, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Oh, the conjure. It didn't kill him. All right, okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. That don't clip that reaction. This is great. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Celeste took way more damage than I wanted it to, but that's quite okay. I got 3 units for a second. I actually have Cura turned on for her, so with any luck, this next follow-up battle, she will cure herself. So probably not to full health, and probably not for very much, because as I mentioned, her... Wow, crash again? Okay, thanks. Her faith is at 30 for Trials of Reckoning, so she does not do any damage and does not get any healing at the moment. But we're going to go for another light evasion comp. And we're going to go for one that is hopefully tankless evade. Oh, she does have the TMR to heal. Thank you, Phobos. Yeah, I'm sorry, the Mastery TMR. Hopefully she'll use that first. I would prefer the Mastery TMR with the 3 shields than the Cura. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. There's no sound effect. I think it'd be like a water droplet falling in water or something. I don't know. Guessing on a sound effect. Yeah, BlueStacks, like you guys can see, it's 5.0. I'm on Pi. Like that's something weird's going on here. But regardless, we're gonna find another similar comp here. Hopefully, evade, tankless. Looking at my scouting report here. I think I got it. Magic. Oh, they already attacked him. Where is Dim? Sorry guys, I gotta ignore chat for a second here just so I can read. Oh, we're doing Dims. Yeah. Yeah, we're attacking this guy. All right. Wish me luck. And N52. Is there... Oh, I am on the 32-bit. That's... I have the 64-bit client installed. For some reason, when I set this up, I must have set it for 32. Good observation. Thank you for that. I will definitely have to switch that, because that means I'm not on the 64-bit. Thumbs up. I'm glad we didn't crash more often then. That would have been 10 times worse. So let's speed things up a little here. So it's relatively the same comp, which is kind of what I was expecting, kind of what I wanted. The AI Should be relatively similar. Same amount of re-raises, same amount of courage. Um, oh, dude, if she can... Did she just use Runic Blade over healing herself? There's no way. Do I have it turned off by accident? I'm going to be so mad if I do. Either way, she'll have Cura. Such a great ability. When Alstoria gets it, it's going to be strong. It's very strong. You saw he almost killed Jaden with the follow-up attack after he re-raised. It's not just a courage counter. If you do enough damage, it's also a re-raise counter. It's just hard to do that much damage. Oh, there we go. Nice blessing. Yeah, barely any healing. You know what? Saint, I knew that, but I thought that curative spells would take precedence over it. But that really is more for healers, not for tanks. Oh, this is awesome. So much damage. I love it. All right. Okay, I'm cool with that. Bar Light's going to do absolutely nothing here. Right? 688. But I'll take the magic shields. That's more important than anything. Because on a triple hit like this, she actually might live. I don't think she will, but... She did! Yep. The 30 Faith too, right? Because all the magic damages will be significantly less because of the 30 Faith. I don't have a strong recommendation of which one I prefer. There's a case to be made, though, for 30 Faith. If you just want to make her a legit punching bag and, like, straight magic tank. Dude... This is going so much better than I thought it would. Yes, the Runic Blade to stop that magic attack. Thank you, Cake. I will definitely be doing that, creating a new instance. Dude, and that's it. Oh, nope, almost. There it is. All right, Limited Guild Wars. 6 stars against PKN, top 10 guild. PKN, I'm so sorry to do that to you on a live audience, but... I am extremely happy with that. That worked exactly as I planned. That also, of course, it crashed again. I'll end on this note. It's exactly what I was talking about earlier with Tankless Evade and why I don't think it works. Your aggro ends up getting shuffled around and not in a good way, so that your guaranteed hit units can pick who they want to attack for the most part, and then my movement doesn't get dictated any one certain direction, which is a legitimate strategy to bring people toward funnels, to making them group up weird. Okay, it's not working with me, so I'm definitely going to end on that note because BlueStacks is putting up a fuss now. So, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you viewers, thank you so much for coming. This was way longer than I expected, but for those that came late, I did do Esther in the arena for the first hour or so with some feedback from the group. So if you want to rewatch some of that and try to see what we did, by all means. But overall, Esther looks good. Still don't think she's a must pull, but certainly looks fine. But yeah, really looking forward to testing her more on other kinds of maps, obviously. And I still want to dive a little more into that sneak attack and see if there's potential for it. I still don't think there is, but I'm not ready to give up on it yet. So, all of you that were here, thank you so much for your time. Always appreciate the support. Looking forward to doing more videos. I put the link to the Lucavi Discord in the chat if you want to join there and get in contact with me. Ask anybody here. I'm really good about responding to private messages, responding to stuff in the channel, and I love the feedback and interaction because, quite honestly, a lot of you give me praise for having good reviews and being really knowledgeable, but a lot of it comes from learning from talking with everybody here as well and having what I think be challenged, having to prove it, having to test certain things. So, all that collaboration that you guys have by commenting and by interacting, I learn a ton from it, and hopefully you do too. So thanks so much, everybody, and I will see you all soon.